Hello out there. Welcome to Snowheresville. I am in our living room. You can see one of our wood burning stoves here, and it feels so good, I've got to say. I'm wondering, even though there was this beautiful red live, uh, you know, sticker by my head when I started talking, it just doesn't seem like you heard the first few things I said. So anyway, I'm in Hawaii. Ha ha, just kidding. I'm in Wyoming on the eastern face of the Bighorn Mountains where we have our lodge and where I like to write about. I'm starting this new series. I'm gearing up to do a number of book clubs on the Patrick Flint books. And I thought, I haven't really shared this with my Facebook page followers. And I used to for my other series, Katie Connell, Emily Bernal, Michelle Lopez Hansen, Ava Butler, Maggie Killian. I used to shoot videos doing book club questions all the time. Wanna come up here, Pete? Come on up. Come on up. Come say hi to everybody. Oh, you goofball. And I'd share my animals as well, but right now they don't want to share with you. Anyway, so I thought I put together all these book club questions, and I do them for book groups, but my real readers are here on this page, and I want to share with you. So in the description of this video, hopefully it shows you the link to be able to download the book club questions yourself in case you want to, or you can just play along with me. So this list of questions, I really thought about which one I wanted to tackle for you guys first. It is the Patrick Flint series after all, but I really, when I write them, I think of it as being the Patrick Flint family series. And that's not just because one of the characters is based upon me as a teenage girl, but because it really is. We share the points of view of all four of the family members, and we also have, in some of the later books, as you're going to find out, additional points of view as well. So, spoiler alert, Snaggletooth will feature 2 additional characters that you'll get to know even better. So I could have started with the Patrick Flint question, but come say hi, hon. Come say hi. We're doing a book club question. Eric is doing his hair really quick as he walks over here. He just walked in from having been plowing, so I was trying to get the fireplace in. How was plowing?
Good.
Good?
Done.
You smell like lunch.
I couldn't tell if that was your food or my food, but I took a bite.
I heated it up for you. So if I were to do a Patrick Flint Switchback book club question, you have your choice. I'm going to let you choose between, is Susanne Flint struggling with Wyoming, and does it hide a bigger struggle within herself? I kind of like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Or popular fiction today is full of unlikable protagonists, unreliable narrators, points of view of characters who commit unspeakable acts described in vivid detail and lurid R-rated content. These things are not present in Patrick Flint. Why and how do they affect it?
I think go with the first one.
Go with the first one.
Talk
Okay.
about Suzanne.
All right, so we're going with Suzanne. Thanks, hon. So it's only up to 20 degrees here today. I don't know about you guys and where you are, how your polar vortex weather is doing. All my friends in Texas are suffering. Our kids have been out of power and water. But we had it last week here. It was minus 25 degrees, and now it's plus 25 degrees. But it's snowing like mad today. So anyway, we're going to do the Susanne Flint question, even though it's a Patrick Flint series. So Susanne Flint is struggling with Wyoming, but does it hide a bigger struggle within herself? Now, I can't see if any of you are leaving any comments. But if you have an answer to that, I'd love to hear what you thought and what your answer is. If we were in a book club, that would be a discussion that we had, and your viewpoint would count. But I'll tell you from my perspective as I'm writing the series how I feel about that. The real Suzanne, whose name, by the way, is Suzanne. My mom is Suzanne Fagan, not Flint. The real Suzanne had a serious struggle going on with Wyoming. Hello, dogs and cats. Her struggle with Wyoming had to do with feeling like, this is Mitzi, by the way, the one that tried to kill Eric with his CPAP machine the other night. If you saw that post, stepped on his button. The real Susanne didn't like Wyoming for a couple of reasons at that time. She now lives here part of the time. One is that back then technology didn't really allow you to communicate with family the way you do now, and she felt very isolated. Number two, it was cold. Cold. I think it was colder in the 70s than it is now here. Number three is she was raised as a Southern woman. And a Southern woman and a Wyoming woman are different species. A Wyoming woman is tougher and more independent. And just as an example, there's a funny story that I can't remember which of the books I put it in. It's a real story. A friend of ours named Travis Koltiska. He's the chief of police in Sheridan, Wyoming. And when he was a kid, his mom had a moose tag for Jackson, Wyoming, which is all the way across the state. She needed to go to Jackson for 2 weeks, but she had 3 little boys. So she got on the public radio and she advertised that she was looking for someone to keep her kids so she could go hunt moose. That's not my mother. That would be Travis's mother, who's awesome. But she didn't feel like she fit in. Although she made great friends here, they were often people like her that were transplanted, like her friend Lissa Omohundro, that is the character, or is the person that the character of Evangeline Sibley is based upon. So Susanne struggled with Wyoming and felt like not only a fish out of water, but like she wasn't as much as the other women in the story. She wasn't as tough, as strong, as independent. And as we go through the book, Susanne is forced to confront fears that she has. Fears of the outdoors, fears of horses, fears of extremes in weather and mountains and guns, and you name it, Susanne's got to confront it in this book. So I had some people early on in the book that hadn't finished the book yet. And one woman really spanked me hard about that I didn't write Susanne tough enough. And with all due respect to her opinion, I wrote Susanne exactly how I wanted to write her, because you have to start from a place where growth is possible for growth to occur. And in this book, very definitely, Susanne experiences more growth than any of the other characters. And that growth is toward a place where she feels like she will be able to tackle her fears, that she can hang with Wyoming women, that she can be the heroine of her own story. And that would be heroine, not heroine. Heroine is bad and illegal. And as we go through future books, especially as you get into Snaggletooth, the new release in March, that's the journey that you'll see Susanne head first, pell-mell, jumping over the cliff on. So Petey refused to get up this entire time. Come here, Pete. Come say hi. Oh, but he's been here the entire time. Petey is not in the Patrick Flint books, even though he's the cutest dog in the whole world. But he is in Puppy Needs a Puppy. So if you've got a kid in your life, you can pick up my kid's book instead and have a little Petey. And that's our first foray into sharing a book club question and my thoughts on it with you guys. So now you're in the loop with the other book clubs that have me scheduled. And if you want me for your book club, I do it via streaming video all the time. Love to do it. Bye, guys.